2 is 4 and 5 and 3 quarters. Oh, hello, little darling. You thought you'd seen the last of me. Well, you haven't. Granny Nonna is here cooking up a delicious treat for you. I must say though, it feels strange using this old chipped wooden spoon. Usually I use it to whoop the asses of telemarketers and people who convert me to strange practices. Great-grand-Nonna is strange enough as it is. She doesn't need converting, thank you. But anyway, what is this treat that Nonna cooks up for you? Oh, well, it's a secret. You don't get to know. Unless you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I might just be a little no. You haven't subscribed yet. I can tell because you have not paused this video. So you don't get the treaties. You don't get Granny's Nonny's delicious cooking. Because oh look, the treat is almost ready.
So how did the aliens become a part of this? Well, let me enlighten you. Now, I will warn you that this story contains elements of government conspiracies, TikTok travesties, and what could be seen by some as some of the most pure bullshittery. So, if you can't take listening to that, click away. My channel runs off the pure fumes and fuel of bullshittery alone. So, now's your chance to run if you need to summishly abscond. Okay, so for anyone who might not know, there's this app called TikTok, right? And it started off as a place for the Gen Zers to go live their lives. Everyone else might think it's just another lip-syncy musically app. Well, it's not. It's all just a cover. And there's this sub-community within TikTok called Witch Talk that documents people's experiences with alternative spirits, the fae, and witchcraft. What's that, I hear you say? TikTok is secretly an underground nest of witchery and woo? Well, yes and no actually. TikTok does well because of its perceived image of being just another one of those silly kids apps, which translates across to the adult world as, oh, they just lip sync and dance, so why should we bother with it? And for an emerging teenager who is looking to discover themselves and connect with other teenagers on the internet, however, an app that most other adults won't bother with and stick their nose into, this looks like prime territory. And also happens to be where an ever-growing amount of youth upload things like their personal lived experiences, worst fears, even video evidence of abuse they may be facing at home, as well as exploring different parts of themselves that they may not feel like they can when other adults are around, witchery and woo included. Everyone knows Facebook has been going steadily downhill ever since everyone's parents hopped on. Well, that and Zuckerberg, of course, but we won't go into that. Children and teenagers need safe spaces to explore and celebrate their own individuality, and like it or not, if too many adults start sniffing around, to keep an eye on their kids and all that, they're not going to feel like they can genuinely be who they really are, so of course they'll go elsewhere. Moving on, however, how does this relate to today's story? Well, Witch Talk, the place where a growing number of quote-unquote witches are growing up learning things like magic, hexing, and talking to spirits. And I'm not going to lie, this concerns me. Because teenagers are amazing, right? Just to be able to survive such a traumatic and ever-changing period in your life is seriously badass. Y'all are juggling growing up, never-ending homework assignments, exams, stress between your friend groups, full of people trying to figure themselves out too. And no doubt your parents probably have the audacity to call you moody and rebellious while you're, juggling your whole life and then some with the state of your unfolding world as it is. Teenagers are badass. They are valid with what they are going through. They face some incredible amounts of pressure given that they have literally nothing in their inventory to face said pressure with, and they're getting crap thrown at them from every angle. Teenagers are quite literally going to be what changes this world. So you get the spirit realm tapping on this, right? You might have this amazing badass teenager on TikTok absolutely rocking their shit. They're coming up with some of the most amazing dances and dankest of memes. They're figuring things out at the speed of light because the whole world knows that they have to. So you get these demons and ancient forces, powerful forces, and they see this teen come along, right? And they already know this person's amazing. They already know this person's going to change the world, and it's like predators on the internet. Girls, you're with me, right? You remember that older guy who used to talk to you and you didn't know why he was your friend, but it was probably because you thought you were so cool at the time? You thought you were so growing up and you had your shit together and you were so pretty and all that? Well, chances are you were. And there is a type of guy who is not so nice who will come along to prey on that, to manipulate that and to see what shit they can get away with. And it's a sad reality that pretty much every girl these days have shared this experience. Girls are amazing, teenagers are badass, and the thing about amazing and badasses is that it attracts people and things with varying different motives. So yes, it's very unfortunate to be seeing all these cool as teens on TikTok. They're dabbling in spirits that have been around on this earth for thousands and thousands of years. These are old, powerful spirits that have been watching humanity for far longer than your family line was even walking across this earth. And no matter what belief system or spirituality you may invest yourself in with, there is all at least one varying connecting factor between all of them, and that is, most belief systems all share some type of demon or spiritual creature who perhaps isn't so nice. And I'm kind of wondering whether perhaps these creatures who have been watching humanity for thousands and thousands of years, whether they might have ulterior motives as well. I mean, think about it. Just like that grown-up creep on the internet, why would a thousands-year-old creature with massive amounts of power be interested in an emerging and growing teenager? Like I said before, teenagers juggle their whole lives in their hands, along with school, homework and assignments. Someone who is stressed out and not even sleeping right is going to have very limited time and resources to bring to the table. Things like money, spiritual awareness and spiritual/mental influence are not going to be anywhere near the same level of, say, Hades, leader of the underworld, king and influencer of the dead. Badass as you might be, even as an adult, even being 25, 30 years old, you're still juggling things like work, life and debts. You're not going to be anywhere even close to the same level as some immortal spirit who has all the world and then some to perfect and hone their craft. So when one of these spiritual creatures comes along and starts talking to you, or your kid, or this teenager on the internet, and they start documenting it and uploading it online, all excited and cool because of how hyped up they are that this really powerful creature is networking with them and making deals with them, can you see how this has me concerned? What does any mortal human being have that some powerful demonic force or deity could want? What could you possibly have that they haven't seen already in all their time on Earth and even before? And because it's cool now, because our kid here is so excited and uploading videos about it all the time, this pikes the interest of other kids online too. They want to try it for themselves. It becomes a trend. It becomes viral. And call me a skeptic and whatever else you want, but when I come home one day and see my 11-year-old daughter literally naked in her room sitting on a pentagram, and yes, I was watching a TikTok this morning literally about one girl's experience doing just that. Religious, spiritual or not, you've got to agree with me here that it'll probably make you as a parent really quite concerned, because if nothing else, 11 years old is still underage, and what set of beliefs wants them to offer themselves up naked inside a pentagram? So back to my story here. I've been watching Witch Talk for a wee while now, and if any such signs of visiting deities or aliens or fae come to me, I will be very much the cautious one. I might not be 11 years old, but there will be no offering oneself up here, thank you. And as a final passing message to any adults who may be freaking out by now and laying down the laws of no more TikTok, I'd like you to consider this. TikTok is not the problem here. TikTok as a platform was not made by the devil to lure your children into witchcraft. The witchcraft is one aspect out of many that exists anywhere you go on the internet in many different forms. It's going to be around no matter what apps are used or not. And if you go out on a rampage, banishing your children from any social media or online presence whatsoever, you're going to turn them against you. You're going to make them resentful. They will not listen or respect what you have to say, and they're going to go behind your back to seek things out on their own terms. It's not nice, but it's the harsh truth, so please, if you have concerns, treat them like humans. Have a sit down where they are not to be made to feel like they're in trouble, and your voice your concerns where they have understandable logic and make sense. And listen to your child too, barking out, "because I said so!" will not work here. Laying down the law will not work here either. If you are concerned for your children, there needs to be mutual trust, respect, and open lines of communication. They need to feel like they are safe to be themselves around you and that you're not going to fly off the handle at them. Thank you for your time.